Welcome everybody to tonight's football game between the home Maine Blue Demons and the visiting Elk Grove Grenadiers. Maine High School is proud to present the Maine Blue Regiment. The band is directed by Andrew Beckwith with assistant directors Megan Foley and John Ringor. The band is led by 2019 drum majors, senior Kevin Opena, and juniors Emily Swoboda and Saul Vadell. And now, Demon Nation, everyone on your feet for Maine Cup. We now ask that everyone please stand, remove your hat, and join in singing the national anthem performed by the Blue Regiment.
Live from Maine Memorial Stadium in Park Ridge, Illinois, WMTH-TV is proud to present Blue Demon Football. Tonight, the Blue Demon football team is set to take on the Grenadiers of Elk Grove High School.
Hello, everyone.
And
Along with
now,
Jonathan Matthew,
your
producer
Maine
Phil
Blue
Ash,
Demon
camera operators
football
Papa Jay,
team.
and Sebastian Panjak. I'm Chris Iliopoulos, and welcome into a beautiful night for Friday Night Lights at Memorial Stadium. It's a cool late summer evening with temperatures in the upper 70s as we get ready for kickoff. Tonight, the Blue Demons are going to be playing against Elk Grove High School, the Grenadiers, I believe it's pronounced.
What a weird name for a school mascot, but hey, you gotta have a name. It's a creative one. I'll give it props for that. I wouldn't think of that, but
All right, so let's get started. Let's go over how the season's been going so far for the Blue Demons. And I'm going to tell you, it's not been going too well.
no, it has not.
Week 1 at Marmion Academy. Marmion Academy? Marmion Academy.
Yeah, I think it's Marmion.
The Maine varsity football team lost 41-7. A little bit of a tough one. Week 2, they did come back a little bit. They put up a a strong game against Round Lake here at Maine East. It was a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
13-16.
Especially that last play that the Demons had with that fumble and the touchdown and the with the touchback too. That was a crucial loss, but let's
Came
see
really
how
close to winning that game.
Yeah.
And yeah, that touchback, it really just, it sucked the life out of the crowd. And I'm sure it sucked the life out of the team. I know it broke my heart because we were looking at what could have been. It's the closest the Blue Demons have come to winning a game since week 1 of 2017. And they played Carl Schurz High School here at Maine East for opening day, my freshman year. And I remember I came here and I watched them. And I believe they won. It wasn't too big of a blowout, but they won by a considerable margin. And since then, we haven't really been doing too well lately.
Well, they better be on their heels right now because after last week's loss, 63-6 against Hershey's.
Yeah.
That must have been a real momentum killer, but let's see if they get their head back in the game.
And here we go. Everybody's getting set for kickoff. To kick the ball, number 51, Antonio Sandoval.
Elk Grove, number 51, setting up the kickoff.
Back to receive are 3 Maine East Blue Demons.
There's the kick. Oh, it's muffed. And it looks like the Demons have
Recovery was muffed and
kept it. And it's still Blue Demons ball.
And they ended up with great field position out of that one.
Yeah, but that was a risky play again. Getting a muffed kick return right off the bat still must be shaky after that.
They're set up at the
Hershey game.
36-yard line. That looked like, I don't know if he meant to squib that kick, but he squibbed that kick. Here we go, back to receive the snap. Number 22, Caesar Graham. Drops back to pass.
Here it
Throws
is.
the ball to number 8.
Oh,
Great catch.
but it's out of bounds.
incomplete pass.
Pushed out of bounds.
Caught out of bounds.
Second down.
By
Here we go.
number 8.
O'Neal Isaac was back to catch that ball. He got targeted by Caesar Graham. Pass was a little bit off, let him out of bounds, but he made a decent catch. It's too bad that it isn't going to count for them. Here we go, second down, and 10 yards to go for the Blue Demons. Under center, Caesar Graham with 1 running back in the backfield.
Here's a snap. And a run down the middle.
Oh, he got hit hard.
And it's stopped.
Ball was carried by number 1, Baltazar Cabrales.
Carried by Baltazar Cabrales.
Tackled by a host.
Stopped with about a 3-yard gain on that one.
Number 55,
And let's talk about some keys to the game.
Cameron.
Number 1, we're going to limit turnovers. Maine East needs to limit their turnovers.
About 3 yards.
Interceptions have been a big issue, as well as fumbles, which we saw in week 2. There were about 5 fumbles that game. So let's see if they can limit that.
Here is O'Neal, and it is stopped around the 45-yard line.
Tackle made by number 9, Joshua.
We saw Maine East come out with a pass play. Unexpected, especially after we saw at Hershey, we saw they were running the ball a lot. Running the ball, passing game wasn't working. And that's another key to the game so far for the Maine East Blue Demons. They're going to want to mix that up as much as they can. And I like that they came out with a pass play. Almost was a really big punch in the gut.
That was obviously unexpected. Oh, and might be a false start on the offense.
Flag on the field.
An attempted QB sneak. Caesar Graham got the snap and just started running.
Yep, offside, false start offense.
5-yard penalty.
False start against the Blue Demons is going to set him back 5 yards. 4th yard and 6. Or 4th down and 6 yards to go. And I think they would have gotten the first down on that one. It looked like he reached across the plane.
Number 23 deep to receive for Elk Grove.
and they're going to punt the ball on this one. Back to kick is Dinatra Antar, number 54.
Here's the kick. Caught around the 32-yard line. Here is Mark Matos with a return and ends up on the 43-yard line.
Solid return by Matos, and the Grenadiers are going to get pretty decent field position here. They're set up at the 38-yard line. Playing quarterback tonight for the Grenadiers is number 6, Charlie Janzik. And let me tell you about Charlie Janzik, because I know Charlie Janzik.
Really?
Personally, yes. Played baseball with him for a few years. And I also know Shane Crimmins, the wide receiver, number 4. Are they any good at football? I don't know. They're pretty good at baseball.
Well, we're about to see right now. Here's the snap, handoff, jukes out, goes back, cuts back, and is tackled around the 45-yard line. Ian Rage with the carry. That was a good carry. We got some cutbacks, but got around the 45-yard line, and is close to another first down.
He really just put his shoulder down that one, dragged a few defenders with him until he was finally brought down by Grayson Gregorio of the Maine Blue Demons.
Here's snap again to Ian Ridge. Got the first down and plenty more. He is down on the 36-yard line. 46-yard line.
And the Blue Demons have been giving up big plays lately. Last week at Hersey, that killed them. In a 63-6 loss, you know there were big plays involved. And that right there was a pretty big play. So that's another key to the game for the Blue Demons. They're going to want to limit those big plays. The big gains are going to kill them.
And here is Joe Gaskill with a run and is stopped around the 20-yard line.
So we've seen 3 plays so far, and not a single one was stopped for less than 7 yards. And those, again, big gains are going to kill them, and it's been nothing but big gains so far for Elk Grove.
They just really need to pay attention on what's going on with the offense and make sure to execute. Because right now, they're just letting them blow by right past them.
And Gaskill is back to receive the snap. In motion, Charlie Janzik hands it off to Ian Ridge. Makes a cut.
And touchdown, Grenadiers. But there's a flag on the field.
Let's see which way this goes. I think it's going to take them back. And here's the ref going to let us know what happened. Holding on offense.
Oh,
it's got to be frustrating.
Maine's got a big break right there.
Another big play. I don't know what's going on, but they're not seeing these developments. The Grenadiers are really, really misdirecting them, and a good cut by Ian Ridge there. He could have ran straight, and he would have gotten muffed, but made a good cut there. But it's going to set him back regardless.
Here's Ian Ridge's snap. Passes it to Ian Ridge, and
Number 2, Ian Ridge in the carry.
So what Maine needs to do is come out and play. Right now they're playing a pretty dead game right now. No energy whatsoever. They got to pick up the energy and start strong and aggressive right now.
Gaskill with the snap, and he hands it off to Ridge again. He's going to pound it in. Not going to get to the goal line, though, I don't believe. And that's smash mouth football right there. He just put his shoulder down, really leveled some defenders, got a few yards on that, and they're going to be at the 3rd-yard line. Looks like it's going to be 2nd down.
Another pass, and
great stop by the Blue Demons. Baltazar Cabrales right there just came flying in, grabbed Ian Ridge.
And they're saying it's a touchdown from the Grenadiers.
Well, no matter how good your defense is, if you're on the 1 yard line, it's kind of hard to make a stop. And they're going to kick the extra point here. Grenadiers with 6 points on the board. They're going to try to tack on another one. Number 51, Antonio Sandoval, back to kick it with his left leg instead of his right. And he made it.
And just like that, Blue Demons are trailing 7-0.
And most people on earth kick with their right leg. Antonio Sandoval does it different.
That's the first time I've ever seen a person kick a field goal with their left foot. Pretty interesting, you gotta say.
Is he left-handed or is he left-footed?
Pretty sure both.
Sorry for putting you on the spot there, John. 7-0 with 7 minutes and 41 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The Blue Demons are going to receive the kick. And let's go over some more keys to the game, why don't we? And right here, the fourth key to the game that I had for the Blue Demons was come to play in the first half. Have they come to play in the first half so far?
Let's see. Let's check the score. Yeah, no.
Oh, wow. That was brutal, John.
Well, I mean,
they haven't scored a single point in the first half of any game so far this season. Everything's come in the second half.
Which is not what we want, because you need to start off the game gunslinging right away. Like, you could see in the first play when they muffed the kick return, you could tell that they weren't playing with energy. They weren't ready. But they have to be ready and making sure that they don't let this lead get out of hand.
Sandoval kicking. Blue Demons receive. And a short return there. They're going to end up at about the 34-yard line. And the Blue Demons are running out onto the field. Let's see if they can improve upon their last drive, which did not end well. Ended in a 3-and-out, I believe. Didn't even get a first down.
If Maine keeps on mixing it up like how they did in the first possession, start off with a pass play, then I think they're going to start confusing the defense. But if they keep running it, they're going to start blitzing. And you just got to be ready for that.
The pitch to Baltazar Cabrales, and he cuts it back.
And he's open, and he's down around the 37-yard line.
Short gain, but again, that could have been a loss. And we've seen time and time again, Cabrales has been able to cut plays and make them into gains when they should have been losses. An average running back would have just kept running straight right into the defense.
That's just good. That's just good reading the defense-wise.
Great field vision was displayed there. Here we go, second down, 6 yards to go for the Blue Demons after that Baltazar Cabrales 4-yard gain.
Here's a motion. Here's snap. And Jaden Landa is stopped around and the 37-yard line. No gain.
I don't know if I like that play call there. I think the Blue Demons are going to have to find success up the middle if they want to get gains. Because going to the outside just isn't going to work for them, I don't think. It hasn't in past games. Is it going to change tonight? We'll see. But I don't know about that.
Oh, here's another pass.
Flag thrown before the snap.
It looks like false start offense. It's going to put him back again.
And we see so far the Blue playing clean. Penalties have been just tearing them apart so far. And it's 3rd and 11 now. Not going to be easy for them to get the first down on this one. Looks like it's going to be another 3-and-out. But hopefully they can continue. We saw on that play it was actually a pass play. And it was a completed pass at that for a decent gain. But that flag just really set them back. Took away the first down.
And just like in week 2, so many penalties have been costing them the game. And here's the motion. And gives it up to O'Neal Isaac. Another flag on the field, though.
Let's see what they're going to call here. Looks like it's going to be on the Blue Demons. On the 3rd down and 11. It's going to set them back a little bit more. I think that's going to be 10 yards back. 4th down and 20. Well, let me count it off real quick. 20, 21, 27, 20 yards to go. 15 more than 11. It's 26 yards to go. And they're going to punt it.
Here's a punt. It is up, and he'll catch.
Fair catch called by number 23.
Mark Maddow. As the Grenadiers will get the ball around the 50-yard line. So, Chris.
Yes.
How should the Blue Demons defense make sure how to play the offense the right way, but in order to getting ready for the pass plays?
I think what they're going to have to do, they got some big guys up in that defensive line, and those big guys are not clogging the holes. We've seen Ridge. I think every single play last drive went to Ian Ridge, and he was able to find a hole in every single one. And what those guys down there on the line are going to have to do is they're going to have to clog those holes up.
And here's the snap, a pass play to Mark Maddows, and he's still going. He's going. Oh, and short of a touchdown, taken down around the 3 or 2 yard line.
Great pass from Joe Gaskell, number 8. And Maddows caught that ball on the run, and he was able to just get a full steam ahead.
Like those big plays you were talking about. They need to limit those, because right now, just like that, they're in the red zone, but as you see right there, the Demons got stopped, but they need to stop those big plays, because as you saw, those big plays are costing the Demons to be caught up in their own red zone.
And on that last play, the Demons pushed him back a little bit. It's going to be 7 and about 6 yards to go. Gaskell back to receive the snap. Ian Ridge in the backfield.
And here's a handoff, and stopped around the 1 yard line, I believe.
Found a nice hole on that one.
The Demons have to patch up those holes, because they're getting exposed right there.
Well, I don't think it's you got to give some credit where credit's due. The offensive line is doing an amazing job of they're tearing up the defensive line right now.
And there's another touchdown for the Grenadiers.
Attack on 6. 13-0 with 5.5 minutes left to go in the first. Sandoval hoping to tack on another one.
Here comes the left foot kicker.
The left-handed kicker.
Yeah, same thing.
And it's up, and it's good.
Just like that, Demons are down 14-0.
And we've seen the Grenadiers came out tonight, and they just struck really quickly.
Yep, that's what we said about first, that Maine East has to start off strong, but instead the Grenadiers is taking what we said into what we said into taking that into account for themselves.
All of our keys to the game so far have not been living up to by the Blue Demons, but it looks like the Grenadiers are listening to our broadcast.
Exactly.
We ought to stop giving keys to the game.
Yeah. Next week, make sure that either this is tied up for our school only, or we just stop saying these type of stuff.
There's some sort of spy mission going on here. And let's see what the Blue Demon coaching staff can do here to help their team start to maybe tack some points up on the board, or at least stop the Grenadiers from putting up more points, because they've already put up enough. Sandoval back. The left-footed kicker.
And here's the kick. And it's caught around 20-yard line. And Blue Demons is tackled around the 29-yard line.
About a 10-yard gain on that return.
Well, this has been a really rough season for Maine's football right now.
Yeah.
Because in the past 50 games they have played, they only won 3. They are 3-47 in their last 50 football games.
And in the past 4 football seasons, the Maine's Blue Demons have failed to win more than 1 game in any of them.
That's like...
It's not good. Pounds it up the middle, and that's what I'd like to see for the Blue Demons, just throwing it up the middle. And he found a hole on that one, got a pretty good gain, about 6 yards on that one. It's going to be 2nd and 4.
And it looks like they're going for the run play again. There's a snap, going back, cuts outside, and gets about 2 or 3 yards.
Good cut there by Tavo. What's Tavo's last name? Tavo Cabrales. Cut on that one, and he got a few yards off of it. 3rd and short for the Blue Demons.
And the crowd here is getting loud, and they got the first down.
Pounded up the middle by Balti Cabrales, number 1. And the chains are moving.
And going back to what we said about Maine's going 3-47, that's like a 6%. They only won 6% of their 50 games. That is a real losing streak right there. There's a snap, another run up the middle. They stopped with 2 yards to gain, but a flag is on the field.
Last 4 plays have been runs up the middle, and maybe it's time to start mixing it up.
But this Maine's Demons has to be cautious of what's going on. And just like that, we saw false start on the Demons, which makes them go back, like 5 yards. And right, just like that, it's 1st and 15.
With 4 wide receivers out, Caesar Graham taking the snap.
Here's the motion. And how
do you drag him that far?
Yeah. But in my perspective, I saw that I think it was number 52 from the Grenadiers, Antonius Sandoval. I'm pretty sure I saw him. My bad. Jake Izzo started holding onto his jersey. In my perspective, but I guess the refs didn't see it, and it brings us to 2nd down and 10.
Blue Demons hoping to move the chains right here. Back to pass, Caesar Graham, and he throws the ball. Incomplete, almost picked off. And he overshot Tavo Cabrales on that one. And that ball it looked like it came out of his hand awkwardly. Didn't have a nice spiral on it, and it flew wide.
Yeah.
As well as too high. So
they just need to calm down when they're on this pass plays, because every time if they rush it, then something bad will happen. He has to keep calm.
He had a decent amount of time on that play. But you can't expect the coaches to call pass plays if they're not being successful. Yeah. So far, none of them have been successful.
Here's another pass play. There's up and overthrown. Caesar Graham was trying to target Nicholas Pogus right there.
There was a lot of contact during that route with Ian Ridge and Nicholas Pogus. I don't know if any of it was illegal, but none of it was called. 4th and 10. They're not going to go for it. They're going to kick the ball away with Denatra Antar.
They're being safe with this play, and I agree with it. After all these plays have been coming up short, I agree with them putting it away. And it's blocked.
Wow.
What a block by the defense, which makes them get the ball around the 47-yard line.
Not the greatest snap there by the Blue Demons. Antar had to run about 5 feet to his right in order to just catch the ball, and then by the time he got the kickoff, the defense was right in his face.
The past 2 drives that the Grenadiers has been result into a touchdown. Let's see if the Maine Blue Demons could stop that from happening.
Ball's on the 48-yard line.
Here's a snap, drops back to pass, and it is caught by Mark Meadows.
Not the greatest throw from Gaskell, but
great reaction by Meadows.
Yeah, he had to get dirty on that one. Not much of a gain, though. I don't think they got anything out of that one.
Oh, they're ruling it incomplete.
Wow. I don't know if I agree with that call. It looked like he got that ball.
From over here, it looked like he had possession before it came down, but
we don't have the best view, I guess.
Can't argue with the refs, though.
Another pass play.
Oh, here's the defense, and he is sacked behind the line scrimmage.
Taken down by about 5 Blue Demons there.
See, this is what the defense has to do. Be aggressive and go for the quarterback. That was a good defensive play by Maine East.
I'm liking what I'm seeing so far on this drive. It's 3rd and long, and the Blue Demons are putting up a tough stand right here with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Coming out of the huddle. Two backs in the backfield. Oh, one back, actually.
Oh, bad snap. Here comes the defense. And it stopped around the 48-yard line, but a flag is out. What good defensive pressure there, but let's see what the call is.
Ref signaling the call. And it's on the Blue Demons.
Like we said, they have to cut down on those penalties and make sure they're playing clean. And it seems like a bug just flew in the penalty box. What kind of bug was that?
It looked like a pretty big one.
That was a weird looking one. And here it comes. Here's a motion, and the Grenadiers snap. Pass it off to number 2. Gets the first down, but a flag has been thrown. What a good run by Ian Ridge.
Ian Ridge, we've been saying his name a lot. He's really been trusted by the coaching staff of Elk Grove to carry the ball and do it well, and he's done a great job of it so far today.
The amount of times I have to say Ian Ridge makes me just want to record it and just play it every time he gets the ball.
Yeah, then you could play the recording every time instead of saying it yourself. First down and a long way to go after that flag against Elk Grove. Blue Demons were putting up a strong defensive front at the beginning of this drive. Can they continue?
With a minute and 20 left in the first quarter. Here's Gaskill waiting for the snap. Motion. Gives it to Ian Ridge again. Up down the middle. He's clear. Cuts out. And he is tackled around the 4-yard line. Man, what a cut by Ian Ridge. Ian Ridge, this kid's special. He's getting cuts, and he's getting open every time he gets the ball.
And it's really amazing watching him run because he's able to just turn on a dime, and he's really fast as well. And we saw him do it a couple of times on that run right there. Just juking out the defense, doing a great job of it.
Almost had a touchdown there, but thank goodness a blue demon was there to stop it.
Yeah, Caesar Graham ran him all the way back, ended up saving a touchdown. The Blue Demons are going to try and stop him right here at the 4-yard line.
Jeskiel waiting for the snap. Passed it off to Ian Ridge. Cuts back and is in for the score, or
just missed it.
Short. Just missed it by 1 yard.
Looked like he stretched out and got it, but his knee must have been down before he was able to cross the plane.
Will this be the third drive in a row that the Grenadiers will get a touchdown? The first 3 drives they had has resulted into a touchdown. And looks like they're about to do just that, with Ian Ridge just going up the middle and scoring a touchdown.
And a flag is thrown. Looks like it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Blue Demons. And they got the touchdown anyway.
Like, I know you get mad and everything, or like you're like pissed off and everything, but you gotta learn how to control their emotions and everything.
Let's see what the official call is. I believe it was, yeah, it's going to be scored as a touchdown. Just making sure that they didn't call that on the Grenadiers. Sandoval back to tack on another one. He's been busy tonight.
Yep.
2 for 2 so far on extra points. And he's back to kick for another attempt.
How do you call it? The left-handed kicker?
The left-footed kicker.
Stop switching it every time. And the kick is good. Just like that, Blue Demons is down 21-0 with 22.6 seconds left in the first quarter. What a bad start for Maine East right here. Down.
Yeah, really not looking good so far. The first quarter isn't up yet, and the Grenadiers have tacked on 21 points.
Down 21-0. It's not even the second quarter. The first quarter is about to end. Maine East has to pull it together before this really gets out of hand.
And I'm sure that it's very hard to be involved in a game like this, especially on the losing end of it. But the Blue Demons look completely deflated.
They just got to keep their composure and just make sure not to give up before the game's over. It's just keep fighting until the last whistle.
And due to the flag, the kickoff has been moved up. It's going to be from the 35-yard line.
To be honest, in my years of seeing football, this is the first time I've seen this ever happen.
And the ball fell over. He's got to correct it.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe that's a sign. Or maybe it's just the wind. The Blue Demons are all the way back near their own end zone to receive the kick, and you don't often see that in high school football.
Or any football.
Unless there's like a NFL prospect kicking the ball for the high school team, but we don't see that. And it doesn't look like Sandoval is going to be kicking the ball. It looks like number 24, Colin Colino. Yeah. I see what they did there. They had the ball on the I think they were on the wrong side of the field completely.
What?
Or maybe they're not. A lot of confusion going down there. And a lot of confusion up here as well.
And I guess they're spotting the ball.
From the 45-yard line rather than the 35-yard line.
Hey, Blue Demons will get what they can get at this point.
Well, they just got 10 yards.
There, free 10 yards. There you go. Maine East awaiting the kick. There's the boot. And caught around the 20-yard line. He's out. And it's pushed out of bounds. Ooh, that would have been a nice touchdown if he was able to take that.
He was going fast.
If he was able to get...
He would have beat them. He would have beat them. Just a last-ditch dive by the Grenadiers saved a touchdown. But they're going to be set up at the 40-yard line.
And that will... And this might be the last play of the quarter, I believe.
Yeah, the first quarter's over, and they're going to have to switch sides. The ball's going to be on Elk Grove's 40-yard line. Interesting fact. The Blue Demons are searching for their first playoff appearance since 1977. So do your math on that one. It's been a long time.
Wait, 19...
We have a mathematician here in the booth. Our producer, Phil Ash. He was born in 1979. The Blue Demons haven't been in the playoffs since 1977. So, and he just celebrated his 40th birthday.
41, 40. 42 years. There you go.
42 years.
Yeah. See? Math helps.
And I got another one for you.
All right.
1978.
Okay.
With a 6-3 record, winning record, was the last time that the Blue Demons have had a winning record. 1978.
That would be 41 years ago.
41 years.
See, kids, stay in school, study math. You'll get somewhere in life. And
off.
Right up the middle, O'Neal Isaac again.
O'Neal Isaac's been busy tonight, and he just got a solid gain of about 6 yards on that last one. 2nd and 4 for the Blue Demons.
Score is 21-0. Blue Demons are trailing with 11 minutes left in the second quarter, as Caesar Graham is awaiting for the snap for second down. And here's a motion by Isaac, and it's stuffed.
Oh, that was... He got hit. That was a very, very hard hit to the head by Isaac. I'm not sure who it was, but somebody on the Grenadiers, when they were going in for the tackle, unfortunately just clocked him right in the head, and I hope he didn't get his bell rung on that one.
But you gotta make sure to be safe too, because football is the biggest injury rate in all the sports. But you just gotta be careful out there,
especially concussions.
Yep.
And a lot of research has been done in the past years that are exposing the long-term effects of playing football.
And it looks like defense been switching their defense and
completion. And Nicholas Pogus, number 10, did he get the first down?
It looks like he didn't.
4th down and inches.
Well, the fans are getting into it, that's for sure.
Yeah, the refs are going to hear it for that one. I don't know if he got the first down on that one though.
It's debatable.
Yeah, they might want to save their breath. 4th down and about 2 yards to go for the Blue Demons. And they're seeking their second first down of the game. It's their 4th drive, and they've only gotten 1 first down so far.
Here's a motion by O'Neal and a false start by the offense. Grayson Gregario. He needs. That's just a rookie. That's just mistakes that you can't make at this time, especially if you're in a deep hole like how they are right now. They just made it worse for themselves.
4th down, 7 yards to go. Blue Demons look like they're going to be kicking it away. Timeout's called to the Blue Demons. They're first of the game. They're going to want to talk about this one.
For sure.
Well, coming up at halftime, the Blue Regiment is going to be playing on the football field for everybody to hear, and I hope everybody stays tuned in at halftime to listen to them, because these people work hard, and they sound pretty good, actually. if I do say so myself, they look even better. Look at those uniforms.
They just make themselves look even more raw.
Yeah. And the stands are pretty packed tonight. On the Elk Grove side as well as the Maine East side, it's the homecoming game, and we've seen a pretty great turnout.
Well, and the Instagram page of Maine East High School Blue Demons football, they said that they haven't won a homecoming game in 20 years, I believe.
Wow.
They're 0-20 in homecoming games. They're trying to seek their first win on homecoming night.
Back for the punt is Denatra Antar.
Here's your snap. Punts away. Well, that's a deep kick. And
All the way back at the 11-yard line.
that was a good kick by.
Amazing kick by Denatra.
And a flag is thrown on the field after the kick.
I don't think we've gone 3 plays in a row without a flag being thrown against the Blue Demons. They've been just playing a really, really, really dirty game so far.
At this point, I'm just going to ask the producers just to like put a flag montage just so we don't have to keep saying, there's a flag on the field, flag on the field.
Maybe we'll look into that for next time. And let's see where they're going to spot this ball. The flag was against the Blue Demons. But there's also a flag against the Grenadiers. And I think there's going to be canceling flags, perhaps. Yeah, the flags offset each other. But it's gonna set them back 5 yards. So the ball is going to be spotted at the 5-yard line. First down and 10. Way back in Elk Grove territory.
If the Blue Demons could get a real defensive push in here.
This is safety zone right here. If they can get a good stop, they might be able to have really good field position.
Smart move to run it, and Ian Ridges
Wow.
is open again.
Wow.
Holy smokes. This kid's going for the touchdown. The 20, the 10, touchdown. Right off the bat.
95 yards. Is there a flag? Yo, there is a flag.
Are you?
That probably on the Blue Demons.
Can we not go with one exciting play without a dang flag? But
Let's see what they're going to call it. It looks like, I think he just signaled that it's against Elk Grove.
if it's against Elk Grove, that's going to be a woo.
And the long walk back after a 95-yard. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Elk Grove. And also a flag against the Blue Demons. Wow.
Holy cow.
The penalties offset each other. And a 95-yard touchdown run by Ian Ridge. You got to be fast to do that. And I bet you he's out of breath, too.
Out of breath, but yet still celebrating. 95-yard touchdown.
That's the longest touchdown run I've ever seen in person.
You rarely see that kind of play. Backed up all the way down. Blue Demons, it was all advantage. Blue Demons had the advantage, but Ian Regis found an opening, and like we said, he makes those big plays happen and result in touchdown.
Sandoval going to tack on another one. With 9 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the second quarter, looks like the Grenadiers are going to have 27 points. 28 if he could tack on this extra point. And he's been rock solid so far tonight. 3 for 3.
Yep, your left-footed or handed friend has been doing good.
Yeah, you got it right that time.
Is it footed or handed? That's my question.
We may never know.
Because you could be a left-footed kicker, but also be a right-handed person.
Yeah, that's common in baseball. People will throw with their right hand and bat with their left hand. The kick is good. He's been perfect so far tonight. Somebody give this man a trophy.
If they keep doing like this, Maine East is really going to be in tough hole right now. I think they're still hindering that loss from Hershey's right now. They just got to forget about that game and start over. But
yeah, this is bringing back. I'm seeing flashbacks right now. Bad memories.
So far, homecoming game isn't looking too great for Blue Demons right now. But I mean, you never know. There's another half to be played. 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Something could happen, but
what the Blue Demons need to do right now
is
from here on out, no points. They have to put their foot down right here. And we've seen them be able to do it before. Their defense can really step it up. And especially the second half of week 2 against Round Lake, the Blue Demons did not give up any points in the second half. So, can they do that here? I hope so. And maybe they can put some points up on the board and make this into a ball game again.
You just got to start one possession at a time, making sure that each drive is accountable. Each possession and each play is accountable. Because all they need right now is one score, and they have a little bit momentum.
Sandoval kicking the ball. There it is.
And muffed again. And tackled around the 4. Oh, he's still up. He's still on his feet. And now he's down around.
That turned into a kickoff return. He ended up getting about maybe 13 yards off of that one after it looked like it was going to be a lost cause.
He even caught me down. He even caught me thinking it was a loss of, it was a gain of nothing.
And the Blue Demons coming out onto the field. 0 points to 28. Grenadiers winning. At the 46-yard line of the Blue Demons. We've seen time and time again, they've been unable to get first downs. And if you want to score, you're going to have to get first downs. You can't just be waiting for that 50-yard run, because it's probably not going to come.
Here's a run up the middle. And, but gains about nothing.
And you have to think there's got to be something they can do. But right now, everything that they've been trying just has not worked. Whether that's that, I don't believe that it's the coach's fault either, because the penalties have just been killing them. They haven't gone 5 plays in a row without having some sort of neck-breaking penalty.
It just really has cost not only both teams, but majority Maine East, because the way they're playing right now has been really hurting them.
Confusion on the defensive end.
And
I wonder what happened there. The Grenadiers were scrambling on the line to reposition themselves.
either I think they were trying to confuse the offense or they were confused themselves. But, I mean, you never know.
I think, yeah, they must have been confused.
It got Demons up to past the midfield marker, so it brings up third down.
Third down and 5 yards to go. Four wide receivers out, one back in the backfield.
He's probably going to run it down the middle again. Here's a snap, run down the middle. Cut outside, gets the first down, and plenty more, and is down at around the 36-yard line. What a good run by Cabrales.
And a really an underrated stat, I believe, for running backs is yards after contact. And that's after a defender hits you, how far can you carry them? How far can you keep them legs chugging?
Here's Cabrales up again, another first down. And he is stopped around the 27-yard line. Like as you were saying.
As I was saying, yeah. Cabrales is a master at keeping those legs pumping. And if you've seen the guy's legs, they're huge. He's a really, really strong guy. And we've seen him be able to just drag defenders.
Here's Cabrales up again, but is stopped around the 26-yard line.
Well, he got wrapped up good on that one. Wasn't able to carry anybody.
But again, it's all about the mental health of the player, because if the player just starts giving up right once he's touched, then he's going down. But Cabrales has that mental strength that he's like, if he's touched, he's like has that mental boost. It's like, okay, I'm gonna push.
It takes
through more.
a certain attitude. You have to be thinking to yourself, I'm not going down. 2 backs in the backfield. The handoff to O'Neal Isaac, and he is stopped.
20-yard at the 20-yard line.
Got a few yards on that one, but these short running gains aren't getting the job done for the Blue Demons.
Like during the week 2 during Round the Lake, we have said that the really key parts is when Maine East does the short plays that really gets not only the momentum moving, but the offense moving as well.
Usually it does. But right now these short gains aren't doing it because they've been having issues with getting set back with the penalties.
Here's your snap, going to Isaac, and gets around literally nowhere.
I don't think he got anything on that one. And he got hard. He got hit really hard. 4th down with about 7 yards to go. And the punting crew's coming out.
Not a good sign for Maine East right now. Down 28-0. You have to wonder, when is this team going to score?
Clock's ticking past 5 minutes and it's in the 2nd quarter. Ooh, right through his hands. Nice pass by Caesar Graham, but
Turnover on
ball got dropped.
That was a good try to go for it on 4th down, but he couldn't catch it, so I guess the Grenadiers get the ball on the 20-yard line. And I swear, if Grenadier scores on this drive, I'm literally going to be leaving.
I need you here. Can't leave on me.
I swear, every drive they had, ever since kickoff, resulted in a touchdown.
Wow. I'm glad you're keeping track of that, because I wouldn't have thought of that. After the 95-yard run last drive
By Ian Regis. And here's
another big gain.
And stopped around the 37-yard line. But Gaskill picks up the 1st down.
Big gain after big gain after big gain. That's been the story so far tonight. And it's really not even passing. It's just they're able to find the holes, and exploit the weaknesses in the defense. And right now, there are just tons of them.
Maine East is really getting exposed right now. Elk Globe is showing the weakness. And here is another 1st down. What a run by Ian Regis again. Ian Regis has been going off with the 95-yarder last drive. Like, I believe he has scored either 2 or all of the touchdowns. Right.
He's got to have 150 yards by now, at least. He's having a really good game.
And Gaskill keeps it. Gets the 1st down, and the flag on the field. But I believe he was stopped around the 35-yard line. I think the players of the game right now is Gaskill and Ian Regis right now. Every time they keep the ball and have the ball in their possession, it results either into a 1st down or more, or into a touchdown.
Yeah, this game has been really dragging along with all these big plays. And where are they going to spot the ball at? There was a penalty on the play. 1st down. 4 yards to go about.
I believe, yeah. Oh, Ian Ridge just tried to cut back, but the ref blocked him. I guess the refs are trying to help Blue Demons in their defense, but
No, they're not doing a very good job of it.
But
Big gain.
The ref just got in the way of Ian Ridges, but still, the Ian Ridges was able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, he's having a game to remember right now. And they just keep giving him the ball because they know that it's working. And until the Blue Demons can do something to show them that they're not going to give up those big plays, they're just going to keep on coming. And right now they're coming in waves.
It's just been the Gaskill and Ridges show right here.
From the 15-yard line.
Here's snap. Gaskill keeps it and passes it away, gets stuff, and is able to get that first down. And another
Charlie Janzik on the reception.
But there's a flag on the field again.
Looks like it's going to be against Elk Grove. Stay tuned at halftime. The Blue Regiment, they're off your screen right now, but they're off to the side, and they're getting ready to put on a show.
And the ball will be spotted around the 21-yard
line. It's a little bit muggy out tonight, but the temperature's nice. This booth that we're in, it's got a lot of people in it. It's kind of hot, but I'm sure it's nice down by the field.
Not bad for a homecoming game turnout. As Ian Ridges gets the ball and is stopped around the 7-yard line. Ian Ridge has been, again, unstoppable.
And I'd like to see the stat line for tonight's game so far, because he's got to be pushing 200 yards at this point. I mean, he got 95 on one run.
I know, and he already has like over 120 right now.
At least. I don't know the exact number, but it's up there. Timeout charge to the Blue Demons. They're second of the half.
They have to figure something out before this gets out of hand, because right now, in past drives, this is going to result in a touchdown.
And it looks like it's already about gotten out of hand for them.
But they can't give up. They can't give up.
And as a coach, what you want to see is you want to see first half's over. You want to go into the locker room, talk to your team. Something's got to change. You want to see them come out in the second half and just say, forget about the first half, forget about the score. Doesn't even matter, because what we're going to do is we're going to play a second half of football. They already, the first half's over, you know what I mean? Are they going to win this game? I mean, unless the football gods are here, they're probably not going to win the game. But what they got to do is they just got to give this crowd a little bit of a show in the second half. And we've seen it. It's really amazing. You know, even in these blowout games, it'll be 50-0. If the Blue Demons have a big play and they score a touchdown, the crowd just eats it up. And it's so exciting to them.
Because at this point, you'll take whatever you can get. And Ian Ridges takes the touchdown, but there's a flag on the field.
Let's see which way this goes. Holding on the Grenadiers. Big run.
For what?
It's for nothing.
I think it was the second time, or this is the first or second time that the Blue Demons have been lucky when it came into the red zone. And it pushes them back to the 17-yard line, Elk Grove.
Ridge is in the backfield.
Here comes and Ridge just keeps it, breaks a tackle,
Wow.
and is in for a touchdown.
That's
5. Yeah,
5.
5 for 5. 5 for 5.
The Elk Grove
Jackson.
offense has just been unstoppable. Coming into this game, they were 0-3. They hadn't won a game so far this year, but right now they're showing up looking like state champions.
The way they're playing, I would have never guessed they were 0-3.
Yeah, they're looking really good right now.
I'd say they'll be 2-1, but 0-3. No. Ian Ridge is having a big game. Gaskill's helping him too. They just gotta help stop these two.
Sandoval tacks the extra point on. Yep. Didn't look like it was going to go in, but it ended up getting up there.
Well, Blue Demons are down 35-0, and a blowout may be in store, but let's see how Maine East responds.
With 2 minutes and 18 seconds left to go in the second quarter, the score is 35-0, and the Blue Demons are hanging their heads. What I'd like to see from them is for them to just come out in the second half and throw this first half away, because it's got to be. It belongs in the garbage, and hopefully they can do just that. We're gonna see. But for now, there's still 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Blue Demons back to receive the kick. Baltazar Cabrales on the right side of the field, or the left side of the field, depending on which way you look at it. O'Neal Isaac in the middle, and then Nicholas Pogus. And a notable absence tonight for the Blue Demons. Number 2, Elijah Hall, is not playing in this game. I'm not sure why, but he's being missed right now by the Blue Demons. Nicholas Pogus with the catch, and he's returning. Going to be stopped at about the 29-yard line after a short return.
I'm thinking Elijah Hall is out with something to do with his leg. I'm not too sure, but I think the absence of Elijah Hall is really killing the defense a little bit right now. But all you could do right now is just fight, and fight. Here's the snap. Isaac O'Neal gets tripped up, but is stopped around the 33.
32? Something like that.
2 minutes left. Second down.
And this is the homecoming game. So at halftime, there's also going to be a little bit of a show where they're going to talk about the homecoming court. And some people are going to walk across the field looking all pretty, wearing their sashes. So if you want to tune in and watch that, it's always adorable.
And as I think it was
Isaac tripped up for a loss of about 2 yards.
It has to be hard on these coaches and everything, knowing how much hard work you have put in, but this is the result you'll be getting. But at least they're kind of putting up a fight, you know. There's some defensive plays that have been exciting, but there's also been defensive plays that have also resulted into touchdowns.
Here's the pass.
And overthrow.
Right over the outreached hand of Nicholas Pogus. And there's 1 minute left to go in the first half. Scores 35-0.
And it looks like the kicking team is coming onto the field. I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow give it to Ian Ridges after this kick return. If they give it to Ian Ridge and give it all the way for a touchdown.
Yeah, they're going to want to do something real quick right now. They have a whole minute to put some work together. Maybe put some more points up on the board before halftime. And this is fixing to be a really, really, really big game for Elk Grove. And a really, really small game for Maine East.
And it looks like the kicker's knee was down when the kicker was down when he was trying to get the ball from a bad snap, but I guess it'll be around the 17-yard line, which is really, really bad for the Maine East Blue Demons defense.
I like seeing that the student section is still on their feet. Even though this game has turned into a little bit of a joke, they're still showing up and showing out.
That's how much Maine East cares about their football team. No matter how much the score is, they're still up trying to root for their team.
Head coach Bob Winkle's on the sidelines. He hasn't looked happy all game.
I don't think he's been happy all season.
Janzik running the ball, cuts back, touchdown. Grenadiers, 45 seconds left. It only took them 10 seconds to do that.
What'd I tell you? 6 for 6. 6 for freaking 6.
Watch yourself, John. Oh my God.
This is, sorry for the language, but this is unbelievable.
I understand your frustration.
All the drives that Elk Grove has done resulted into a touchdown.
But can Sandoval go 6 for 6? Yes, he can.
This is crazy. I've never seen anything like this.
42-0. 44 seconds left to go in the first half.
And here is Antonio getting ready for the kick, as the Blue Demons have just let up a touchdown with 44 seconds left. The score is 42, Elk Grove, and Maine East 0. And another muffed kick return, and it looks like they get Isaac O'Neill gets down at the 30-yard line.
And this first half it's been a long one. Hour and 15 minutes since kickoff.
Yep. I know that Maine East wants this. Maine East Demon, the whole team wants this half to end, like right away. So they just go in the locker room, get their head in the game, and just restart and just try to make it a comeback.
Have you ever seen one of those football movies where they go into the locker room and one of the guys just speaks up?
Oh,
and
yeah.
the whole team comes out and just is a different team in the second half?
Honestly, we should just have a camera crew just follow them to the locker room just to see what they do. That would, what you said there, if that happens, those sports movies that I've been watching are actually real.
And the second half is winding down. Stay tuned for the Blue Regiment and homecoming court ceremonies. Thank you very much.
Maine East High School is proud to present the 2019 Blue Regiment Halftime Show. This year's production will feature the music of Pixar and has music from The Incredibles, Cars, Toy Story, Up, Ratatouille, Monsters Inc., and A Bug's Life. The band is conducted by drum majors senior Kevin Opeña and juniors Emily Swoboda and Saul Vidal. Drum majors, is your band ready? And now, the Maine East Blue Regiment and the music of Pixar. Let's hear it again for the Blue Regiment. And now let's meet the Maine East Pom Squad, led by second place IDTA State, led by senior Captain Mariah Barber. And homecoming weekend would not be complete if we did not introduce our homecoming court. Representing the juniors, Amanda Smith and Gabe Herrera, Kayla Santiago, Rami Atia. For the seniors, Holimatu Bangora, Balsar Cabrales, Lunel Napana, Charlemagne Singh, and Yella Butman, Kevin Opena. And your 2019 homecoming queen, Bashra Khan. Homecoming king, Juan Escobedo.
Hello, Demon Nation, and welcome back in to our coverage of Blue Demon football. The second half is getting ready to be underway in a couple minutes here. Let's recap the first half.
Well, off the bat, as we see, Maine East is losing 42-0, mainly because Elk Grove, number 2, Ian Ridge, has been having an incredible game. The running back is really, he had one play that went for 95 yards all the way to score a touchdown.
Yeah, the running game of Elk Grove has just been absolutely unstoppable. And it shows in the scoreboard. 6 possessions, 6 touchdowns, 6 converted extra points. And I would argue that the story of the game so far tonight is not Ian Ridge, but instead it is number 51, Antonio Sandoval, the place kicker. I mean, he's just been spot on. 6 for 6 so far. You don't see that in high school football. And he's just been putting them up. The Bears need this guy.
And he's left. He's a left.
He's a left-handed kicker.
Yeah, something like that.
Left-footed kicker.
Yeah.
He's been the story of the game so far tonight. He's really getting us through this broadcast.
But this has been an extraordinary game for Elk Grove right now. But Maine East really has to pick it up the second half. Just they need to forget what happened. Just forget about that and start a new half right away. And come off the bat strong.
Maine East has to score this half. It's not even up for debate anymore because there's money on the line. And if the Blue Demons do not score this half, that wouldn't be very good.
It's probably going to be down for like the worst loss ever.
And for those of you that couldn't make it to tonight's game, thank you for tuning into the broadcast. I'm sure you had a good reason to not be able to make it, but let me explain to you. It's a nice night out. There's not a cloud in the sky.
Beautiful weather.
Luther in general, we almost have an entire skyline in front of us.
Yep.
And there's a parking garage. Let me just tell you, it's a nice night for some football. Maine East is set to kick off the ball to start the second half. Let's watch some more football.
Let's go.
You know what? I'd like to think that Maine East went in that locker room, pep themselves up, and that this is going to be a different second half.
I'm pretty sure the coaches gave them a good yell at them.
Maybe. But
you
know what? The first half, it's completely in the past. The second half is in front of them, and they want to grab it right here.
They just got to completely forget and start it off. Start off strong.
Dinatra Antar set to kick the ball.
And the second half is away.
Up the middle of the field.
What a good gain by number 23, Mark Matos. He's been also really having a good game, too.
Yeah, he's been returning the ball and doing his job. Special teams are something that coaches really pound into their players' heads. They say there's offense and defense, and they get all the talking. But the special teams, that's where you win the close games. You know, for example, the most obvious example off the top of my head, special teams lost the Bears the game in the playoffs last year. You know what?
That's so true, though.
Matos of the Grenadiers has been making sure that they get good field position every single time. Number 26 on the carry, Christian Pang.
I think that's the first time we've seen them carry the ball right here. But it got him a few yards, but at least Maine East isn't trying to bring down those big plays. They're slowly cutting them down short.
And I'm sure that because of the blowout circumstances, the Elk Grove coaching staff has decided to their players that may not start games, may not as often play. This is the time to do it. In a game like this, that's when you want to get the guys that don't see the field that much some experience.
But also, this is a good thing for Maine East. Take advantage of those inexperienced players and take advantage of those so they could get easy fielding for the offense, but also great plays for the defense and offense.
So Gaskill played the entire first half at quarterback, bar a few plays which Charlie Janzik came in. And Janzik has actually taken over, it looks like, at the quarterback position, along with Pang in the backfield, instead of Ian Ridge, who had about a 300-yard first half running.
And as Pang picks up the first down, like we said, Maine East has to cut down on those big plays, but I think Elk Grove has put in their second-string players in. It would be reasonable that Maine East will have to take advantage of this so they can have good field possession, as I said before.
Janzik set to receive the snap at the 42-yard line.
Here's a snap, and a flag is on the field again. These penalties have been really not only annoying, but also has been really killing each team. Like for
that one was on Elk Grove.
Yeah. Like
the game's just been completely watered down. We haven't gone. It's rare that we see a string of plays in which there's not a penalty to slow things down or to set a team back.
And as a fan, be watching is like kind of annoying, but also as players, it's like, are you serious right now? And another good run up the middle by Pang.
Pang got about 6 yards on that play. It's going to set him up for a 2nd down and 9 after the penalty on the previous play.
But I'm pretty sure the Blue Demons defense has picked it up a bit because they're limiting the run plays to a few yards, not like 20 or 20-plus yards.
Janzik
Here comes the pressure.
His helmet got ripped off.
That's going to be a face mask. Oh, how often do you see that?
Wow, he must not have had his chin strap too tight. It looked like maybe a face mask, or obviously some part of his helmet got grabbed and it just ripped off his head.
It's going to be face mask.
That's got to hurt your ears. Those things aren't easy to get on. You got to take them off slowly or else it hurts. Yeah. So, on that last play, when they see somebody's helmet get ripped off, I believe they're just going to blow the whistle so that if he had gotten hit with his helmet not on, that could end very badly for him. Concussions, all sorts of injuries can result from a situation like that.
And here's Pang with the run, and Blue Demons get him behind the line of scrimmage and result in loss of yardage.
And the Blue Demons are in a prime position right now to make their first defensive stop of the game. 3rd and 5 yards to go.
Elk Grove hasn't punted off of downs, but they have resulted in every touchdown to play. Let's see if Maine East could limit that and have them punt off on the 4th down.
So what I'm seeing right now is I'm seeing an offense that is having not the most difficult time moving the ball, but they're obviously not moving the ball like they were in the first half. So when you see they take out Ian Ridge and they put in Pang, you really have to, it really makes you realize just how amazing of a game Ridge was having. And he's probably not going to play that much in this half, but the way that he was carrying the ball in the first half, you can't just say, oh, the defense isn't doing good. Like, you have to put some credit on his name because he's got talent. He was doing a really good job in the first half.
And I agree with that, but also the defensive plays have sometimes been killing them. Like that 95-yard run that we saw in the second quarter. That was a good play. That was a good cut by Ian Ridge, but also a poor effort on the defense.
Yeah, and who was running after him? When he broke away, there was only one guy, number 7 on the Blue Demons, Andrew Morales, was chasing after him.
And it looks like that Maines wasn't able to get the ball. It muffed a kick return, and it makes them start their possession on the 9-yard line, which is not what you want to start off the half.
So let's see if the Blue Demons have come out to play in this first half. They get their first stop of the game on the first drive for the Grenadiers. But on the offensive end, let's see if they can put some points up on the board. They have yet to do so far. 4 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock in the third quarter. Looks to be some confusion for the Blue Demons on the play call.
Here's a snap, giving it off to, I believe,
Cabrales
and
gets taken down for
a loss.
Loss of yards, yeah.
And there is a flag on the field, so it might be against Elk Grove too.
Face mask on Elk Grove.
Like we
Give him
said,
15 yards.
penalties are really hurting not only Maine East but also Elk Grove too. Both teams has to cut down these penalties because not only is it bad for like their team, but it's also kind of like annoying to see flags like after every like 2 or every other 3 plays.
Yeah.
And here are the defense switched what they were doing. Here's the snap. Gives it off to, I believe, Isaac O'Neill.
Wow, he just lowered his head and pushed through that defender.
And there's another flag on the field.
Wow.
Flags like crazy
And
going
the
on.
clock is running in this half. Because of the score, the clock's just going to run continuously.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there's only been one possession so far, and the third quarter's almost over.
Yeah, and it's like, what's the reason to stop for? It's like
I mean, yeah, they're not. It doesn't seem like they're rushing.
and
They're taking their time. And the clock is winding down, and they're confused where they need to mark the ball and stuff like that, and it's just eating up the clock like crazy. And I mean, it's almost 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
like it feels like I've been talking for like only 3 minutes, and it's already like the third quarter is almost done.
Yeah, after about an hour and a half long first half, the second half is going by very, very quickly.
What a good run by, I believe, Isaac O'Neill. It gives them 3rd down and 7, but
Second down.
Second
7.
down. 2nd down and 7, and
Third down, 4 yards to go for the Blue Demons. He threw that flag real high.
I think the refs are trying to show off his passing skills,
And the clock's still running. And the last time that the last time the ball was snapped was at about the 3 minutes and 30-second mark. And here we go, passing 1 minute left to go in the third quarter, and we haven't seen it. We haven't seen a play.
Oh my!
Blue Demons used their first timeout. That's going to stop the clock. Actually, there is an exception when it comes to what stops the clock and what doesn't.
Yeah, at this point, Maine East has to slow down their offense and try to keep themselves calm and knowing that the clock is going to keep on running, but you also have to execute these plays. They're trying to.
Yeah, there comes a point where you just got to say, we're not going to win this game.
Yeah, but you also there's a point where it's like, you're not going to win the game, but you also have to know that we have to keep pushing. You know, if you're losing, that doesn't mean that you stop playing right away. You still try to push to try to lower the margin as much as possible.
Yep. And the game's been a rough one, but did you see that halftime show?
That halftime show was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That the Maine Regiment, the band, was really putting on a show.
Yeah. Palms, the Blue Regiment, the announcement of the homecoming king and queen. You know what? We could put on a show when it comes to halftime.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. You are so right about that. I'm pretty sure no other high school team could do it like how we can.
Caesar Graham throws the ball, and about a 4-yard gain on the play after the completed pass. We haven't seen very many of them so far today.
I believe there was only 4 or 5 pass plays, but only 2 of them resulted into a completion.
They got a pretty sizable gain on that one. And remember week 2, when we were broadcasting against Round Lake, we were talking about how those short, like, chip it away, 7-yard, 5-yard passes, if the Blue Demons can execute on those plays, then they move the ball really well. If they can do that here, starting in the second half, maybe they can score some points.
For sure.
Graham hands it off to Baltazar Cabrales. He gets the first down and a little bit more.
And
somebody grabbed his face mask. I don't know if they're flag on that, but
that's probably going to be the last play of the quarter as time winds down.
And the ball's going to be at about the 41-yard line about.
At least they get the first down. Every first down Blue Demon gets, it's always a happy one. Because not only they're having like a rough season overall, but you could enjoy all those little things. Enjoy the little things, and then the day becomes much more happier.
And right now, what the Blue Demons need to do is they need to put some points on the board. Simple as that. You do not want to get shut out by a team that's 0-3.
Now, right now, Maine East's focus right now is not even winning. It's just, can I get into the end zone and just put a number to replace that 0? That's what Maine East is thinking right now.
Indeed.
If they get a number on the board besides a 0, they'll take that as a win at this point.
Caesar Graham throws a long pass, and
Batted
he
down.
was all over him.
Passing interference, I believe.
Yeah, that's going to be a defensive pass interference, and
Which is
big. That's going to be a big gain.
Which is, in those cases, defensive passing interference will allow the ball to be spotted wherever the contact of the passing interference was made. So, however far you throw and you get a passing interference, especially those deep throws, those are really going to really cost them.
You know what? They're throwing the ball on this drive, putting pressure on the defense. When you're just running the ball over and over again, it becomes not only is it easy to predict and it's redundant and it eventually doesn't get the job done. When you start throwing the ball, mistakes like that, holes in the defense, their weaknesses just become more and more glaring. And we saw right there, poor coverage, and the Demons got a great gain off of it.
I agree with you. The defense is going to be really getting really comfortable with those running plays. But now, since Maine East is getting those pass plays in, now they're a little bit confused, or a little uncomfortable now. And so, as they had an open guy, but it got batted down. But Maine East is doing a good job with these pass plays. They're finding the open guy, they just can't catch them and execute them.
And we've seen 3 pass plays on this drive. almost as many as they've attempted the entire rest of the game. Here is Caesar Graham, 2 backs in the backfield, ready to receive the snap. Hands it off to Baltazar Cabrales going around the left side. He just breaks through. Solid gain of about 4 yards on that one. It's going to be third, 6 yards to go.
They found a little hole. Cabrales found a little hole because the defense was trying to get that pass play perfected. They found that little hole that was able to get them those little yards, which is good. But now let's see if they could get the first down, as comes 3rd and 6.
And we're passing 9 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the game. Blue Demons hoping to just make it so that this ain't a shutout. Third down and 7 yards to go. Another handoff to Baltazar Cabrales. Turns it upfield, and he gets a few yards on that one as well.
There's a flag on the field. I'm pretty sure this would be on the defense.
My guess is it would be holding on the offense.
Yeah, offense. I wouldn't be surprised if Maine East goes for 4th at this point. Like, at this point, what's there to lose?
Penalties decline. 4th down and 7 yards to go. Let's see, what are they going to do here? Looks like they may be going for it.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, there's nothing to lose if you go for it. But,
Yeah.
like, hey, their goal right now for this game is to try to make that 0 into either a 3 or a 6.
I'd like to see it into a 6. Because
Yeah, me too.
that would mean it was a touchdown rather than a field goal. Big throw. Oh, all sorts of contact, but the flag is not thrown. Wow, I think that one could have gone the Demons' way if they threw a flag on that one.
But turnover on downs, which result into for Maine East to go on defense and outgo to be on offense right now. You gotta admit, that was one of the Maine East's best drives they had.
Yeah, I liked what I was seeing. At this point in the game, like you said, there's nothing left to lose. So those long passes, usually you wouldn't want to throw those because it's easy for them to get picked off, easy for them to just be simply ineffective, incomplete passes. But right now, they're just going for the throat. Handoff to number 11. And looks like he might get the first down or really close to it.
That was a good run play by Aaron Herrera. And it looks like they're going to be
moving the chains.
Getting the first down.
The ball is spotted at the 34-yard line.
As the game winds down, there's 7 minutes left. Blue Demon 0, Elk Grove 42.
Handoff to number 80. He turns it upfield. Another first down, but there's a flag on the field.
Another flag, Chris.
Wow.
That is so. I wonder if there's a stat for how many flags thrown per game.
We might have the record for that one. But, I mean, the clock's winding down, and they've spent so much time, the refs have to confer. When a flag is thrown, they have to, do their little talk.
Yeah.
And it takes time, and it's really obvious that it's taking a lot of time because it seems like